Well, basically, uh, what Nell is inside Woody, he's basically, which is what I've been doing for most of the movie. Most of the movie is Woody as Nell. So um, he's a lot more put together, and his hair's combed, and he wears very neat clothes, and he's very focused on school, and basically once him and Nell are on the same side about helping each other out to get through the next little while, they can coordinate their lives. He's got to play in this big football game, and she has an interview at Yale. They basically are on a team together, and Woody becomes very focused on learning how to play football. Nell, because he's never Nell loves playing football. So it all sounds very confusing, but it's not. It's just basically two people that. So Woody just becomes basically Nell inside Woody's body, and he's a very uptight person. Yeah, I mean that's not the only reason I did it, but pretty much. I mean it's always been an interesting idea to me to not, because it's easy to believe somebody who, let's say, is in drag is a guy because you can see the guy as a girl. But I think that the interesting thing for me was people are still going to see me, and they're still going to see my looks aren't going to change that dramatically, other than maybe a little different dress. But I had to focus a lot more on mannerisms, speech patterns, all kinds of little things that you don't really notice about women, especially that I started to look at and became very interested in. And it's very not over the top, because I think that we kind of embarked upon this as not making it sticky and weird and big, because then it just becomes a little silly. And I think that we all kind of realize that it's a sweeter story than that. And I think Samir and I are I don't want to sound obnoxious, but I think we both know that we're talented enough to not have to play the gags as I'm the girl now and like bouncing around like an idiot, because then you're just spoon feeding the audience what they should already get if you can subtly kind of show them these little intricacies about Nell. And also the main thing that I've been focusing on is there's a fine balance between me playing Nell and me going over the top and it seeming, I don't want to say gay, but gay. You know, it's a very fine balance, and I think that it's been interesting. But I think that I've now kind of found what works and what doesn't, and Nick's been great with letting me know what's working and what isn't, and Samir and I are hanging out a bunch, and I can kind of watch her, because I don't also want to be playing just a girl, because if I'm playing a generic girl, it doesn't really work as well as if I'm playing Nell or Samir, because Samir has a very specific way she speaks and specific way she walks, and so that's the focus. And it's very hard. I've mostly done drama throughout my life, but this is very, very, very difficult, but it's very rewarding, and you definitely can't just show up and have a good time. It's very hard work, and I didn't really expect that when I came here. So. Well, when you're doing a drama, what I find is I do most of my work before, and then once I start, it's just whatever. I can go on set and be Dave or Steve or whoever, whether he's shy or aggressive or whatever the character is, or a psychopath. You can play that throughout the movie, but with comedy, you have to make each scene funny. You have to be realistic, because if it's too sticky, people don't like it, then you just look like an idiot. And going too over the top is also not what I was going for, and not what I think that Nick wants for this movie. And I'm glad, because I think everything that I've seen so far is much sweeter and much more When Harry Met Sally than it is American Pie, which I think is good. And I think there's enough of those kind of gag movies that there's enough talent combined here to make this a better movie than that. And I think that we don't want to really settle with that. So.